Hey, it's Andrew Huang. Today I'm going to share with you the best free music production tools available right now. There's never been a better time to get into music production. If you have a device that you can watch this video on, you have a device that you can make amazing music on. So let's jump right in. I wanted to start by talking about digital audio workstations. So this would be like the brain of your operation. It's what you'd record everything into. It's how you'd arrange all the little pieces of music that you're making. You could mix in it. On an Apple device, GarageBand still reigns supreme. It's just gotten better and better over the years, and it's a totally usable, fully featured DAW. There are even a number of well-known artists who have released albums that were completely recorded in GarageBand. For Windows, I think Cakewalk takes the cake. But to be fair, I haven't been on a Windows machine to do music production in several years, so there may be some other competition out there. There are some DAWs that are multi-platform though, and I haven't tried all of these out, but just from being plugged into this world, these are the ones that I've heard the most good things about. LMMS and Ardor both seem like very functional programs. And then a bit more on the basic side is Audacity, which, basic maybe could be good if you're a beginner, or for certain types of music, maybe it's all you need. And then one special mention in this category is a tracker. So not exactly a DAW, but more just a program for a certain type of electronic music making workflow. Jascola Buzz. This is a program that's been around for a very long time. I used to use it as a teenager and I just loved it. Made a lot of really fun stuff in it. Check it out if you might be into the tracker workflow where it's kind of about sequencing different data parameters. That doesn't sound fun, but it actually is. All right, let's talk about plugins. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of free plugins available out there. You can just pull up huge lists of them if you do some Googling, but I will leave some of my top recommendations here of stuff that I've worked with that I think is just really quality. Tal makes a whole bunch of different plugins. There's like a reverb, chorus, vocoder, great synths. I would highly recommend anything Tal. Yahali has a lot of pro plugins that I know a lot of people in the industry that love them, but they also have a few free ones that still have lots of features and sound really good. So there's Zebralet, Podolsky, and Triple Cheese. Spitfire, again, beloved by the industry for their sample libraries. Super realistic sounding, very high quality. They put out a free collection of instruments called Labs, and they just sound awesome. If you're into glitchy stuff, I'm gonna recommend two free plugins from glitch machines called Hysteresis and Fracture. They're just glitchy. If you're looking for a free FM synth, Dext is probably the best one that I know of. ADHD Leveling Tool is a really great analog compressor emulation. It's based on the LA2A, which is like the holy grail of compressors. Sounds as good as some of the expensive plugin emulations that I have. In many situations, it sounds as good as some of the real stuff that I have. Free. Great. Wow. And the last thing I'll recommend in this category is Native Instruments' new Complete Start package. I've been using NI stuff for at least 10 years. It's just really great quality sounds, good interfaces, and they just decided to release a whole bunch of their stuff for free. And actually my last single, other than the vocals and the guitar, was entirely made with sounds from Complete Start, and it's doing really well. It's been playlisted in 2 official Spotify playlists. A lot of you folks have told me how much you like it. Thank you so much. And we're doing a remix competition around it right now, so details for that are in the description. No matter All right, let's talk about modular. Everyone knows that I'm a huge modular nerd by now, and I know that the hardware side of it is notoriously expensive. But there's a whole bunch of free modular software that is legit amazing. VCV Rack is probably the best thing out there. It's got so many modules. A lot of them are even emulations of popular modules that exist in hardware. And there are some premium ones that you have to pay for, but I've never paid for any, and I'm just really loving using VCV Rack when I'm like traveling and can't bring a rack with me. Here's a thing I made in VCV recently that I think is really pretty. Another option is Sunvox. The app you have to pay for, but the desktop version is free modular synth. Yay! To go a little deeper into the rabbit hole, there's Automatism and Pure Data, which are like sort of visual programming languages. They're a little more intense and technical and nerdy, more powerful maybe overall, but steeper learning curve for sure. Check them out though if you're really interested in if you really want to get freaky with modular. Okay, and finally, let's talk about apps. On iOS, you've got GarageBand, and then on both iOS and Android, you've got BandLab. Those are the big free ones, the ones that actually offer you a lot of possibilities. Unfortunately, the other apps out there, in my experience, they're either not good or you have to do a bunch of in-app purchases to make them good. I'd love to be proven wrong, though. Please leave a comment if you know of any other apps or even anything else in any of these categories that's free music stuff, free music tools that you can recommend. I'll also be linking to everything that I mentioned in this video in the description. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you want to check out my new song or enter the remix competition, I will link info to that as well in the description. Happy music making. I'll see you next time. You notoriously